masterclass is about your gut and your skin, and just something that I wanted to share with all of you. A while ago, I came across this post on LinkedIn where they said, is your gut wasting your very expensive serum? And I just thought it's actually such an important point to stress, and it's actually one of the things that was the first ingredient that I chose to use in Vitamin skincare was lactosporin. And there's a big emphasis for me also on the I always say to people, what's good for your gut is good for your skin as well, especially if they weren't really familiar with what your skin microbiome is. And tonight I'm hoping to make it more easy for you to understand why I went down that route when I formulated Vitant. Okay, so first thing, the bigger picture, skincare is changing and so is your gut health. And in the olden days, they used to formulate, you find the problem, you find the ingredient, you fix it, and you just repeat that, and you ignore the gut entirely. But yeah, I think I've mentioned this before. I've also worked as a vitamin specialist at one of the big hospital pharmacies. And interesting enough, the first thing that I saw is that a lot of people that came in either with eczema or psoriasis or some other allergic skin reaction, if we had to put them onto probiotics or sort out their gut, there was usually a huge improvement in their skin as well. So the new model, what is all the research showing towards is people need to understand the ecosystem. So you've got you've got a living micro system living on your skin. You have to support these biological systems. You have to balance your gut microbiome. This is orally as well, very important. And then restore your skin microbiome topical. So there's two things. There's the microbiome, and then there's also your skin barrier. Both of them are intertwined. As soon as one becomes or goes haywire, it affects the other one as well. And both of them lead to changes in your skin that you actually wouldn't want, help to build stress resilience, and achieve skin longevity. So at this stage, it's much more about creating that balance, because I have seen as well, and that is why it was our +1 ingredient in Vitant as well, that if your skin microbiome is in balance, you can do what you want. You won't be getting the results that you actually need. So what is your skin microbiome? So your skin is alive. The skin microbiome is a living ecosystem of bacteria, fungi, viruses, and all that forms like the first line of defense. You've got more than 1,000 bacterial species on healthy skin, more than 1 million microbes per square centimeter of skin. The pH of your skin is slightly acidic. It's 4.5 to 5.5. That's a good reason why you shouldn't be using normal soap. I've met some people that wash their face with soap. Why is that not a good idea? The pH of soap is high, so you will be disturbing that acid mantle as well. Well, what does this living ecosystem do? So it's two-way. It supports the strength and the immunity of your skin as well. So what the microbiome does, it shields the skin from oxidative stress, UV radiation, pollution. It regulates the skin pH as well. So this is very important for enzyme function and barrier integrity. It helps to produce antimicrobial peptides that help fight pathogens. This is especially important when it comes to acne or where there's some overgrowth that you don't want, and controls inflammation, hydration, and collagen integrity. Another reason why lactosporin was my choice in terms of ingredients to use in Vitant is it had two types of studies on it. One was for acne and the other one was for anti-aging. And I thought this is so versatile and so perfect, because whether it's for me or whether it's for my son, it will help both of us. And a lot of adults actually have both problems as well. So how can you disturb your skin microbiome, and how do you know it is disturbed? So I think one of the easiest signs to recognize is if your skin is very red, or when it burns or stings when you put product onto it. That usually happens when you've gone for like a chemical peel or done something very harsh to your skin. Other triggers would be harsh cleansers, overwashing, overuse of antibiotics, either oral or topical. aggressive chemical actives, preservatives, environmental pollution, UV, chronic stress, poor sleep, poor diet. What is the consequences when your skin's microbiome is not working the way that it should? You can see that nice graphic there showing an unbalanced skin microbiome. Your barrier breaks down. Remember, we spoke about your skin barrier, so you've got more water loss as well. Some pathogens take over. So you're more prone to having acne, maybe cradle cap as well. Chronic inflammation, people with redness, sensitivity, flare-ups as well. Accelerated aging, yeah, so that's something that lactosporin also does. It breaks down the enzymes that break down your collagen. So obviously, if this is disturbed, your collagen is breaking down faster, you have oxidative stress on your skin as well, and then you are more prone to some skin conditions such as acne, eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, all of those that's got like a inflammation backbone to it as well. And as I said there, you can apply the most expensive serum in the world. If your microbiome is disrupted, your barrier cannot use it. That's also a reason why I wanted to use the lactosporin, is that there's a lot of people with sensitivities, and with balancing your microbiome, you make sure that you're not triggering any reactions in people with sensitive skin as well. So is your gut sabotaging your skin? Your gut, unfortunately, or fortunately, is very important. You won't believe how many times I get people asking me, sending me pictures saying, this is what's happening on my skin. And then when you start having a discussion with them, you either find out they're on chronic antibiotics or that there's something wrong with their gut. And 9 times out of 10, if you sort out their gut and sort out whatever they're doing that is disturbing that microbiome, their skin then becomes much better as well. So if you have gut dysbiosis, so this is an imbalanced gut microbiome, so too many bad bacteria, not enough good, can lead to leaky gut, and this impacts your skin as well. It's not to say that it always is, but it definitely always aggravates it. And I've seen this clinically so many times. As soon as people sort out their gut, their skin also becomes much better. And people that have these chronic gut issues, like they call it inflammation, chronic gut dysbiosis. So there is persistent inflammation, and then that leads to accelerated skin aging as well. So what is our solution? So the total solution, inside out, on the outside as well as the inside, postbiotic on the outside, probiotic orally as well, and then some ingredients as well to support your skin barrier, or to make sure that you have a stronger skin barrier, such as the Bulbonella frutescens as well as vitamin B3. So I think before I confuse all of you, I just wanted to explain these 3 different types that you get. So I think people all know that what a probiotic is. The market is full of probiotics. There's different strains. This is live bacteria. People usually take it as well. You get a 3 strain, a 5 strain, a 9 strain, all kinds of different strains of bacteria. This is usually live. Why is it not a good idea to have probiotics in your cosmetics? It is because it is live bacteria, and usually with a lot of these really good strains, you have to keep it in the fridge because it's not that stable. You also, sometimes it is in capsules that protects it against the acid in your stomach, because it doesn't survive there, because it needs to get to your gut. So therefore, you're not really always sure how much of that you actually get to where you need it. So probiotics for skincare is very difficult. That's why we talk about postbiotics, and lactosporin is a postbiotic, so it's actually a spore. It's that Bacillus coagulans, which they then ferment, and then later on they take away the spore, so you just have that fermented base, which is actually, when you mix a prebiotic and a probiotic, you get a postbiotic. So all of those, that fermented filtrate is not living, and it has the same benefits as a prebiotic and a probiotic. But that same spore, if you had to take it orally, it would be then meet the definition of a probiotic, because it is acid resistant. It goes to your gut. It forms, it germinates, it proliferates in the gut, and therefore it is seen as a probiotic, even though it's the same spore. And prebiotics is just what you need for the probiotics and for the probiotics to be able to grow on as well. So yeah, so if you, for instance, in the Vitant range and then also in Vitadurance, there is lactosporin, which is the postbiotic that is used throughout the skincare range, whether it's in the creams or the facial wash as well. But then there is in the Vitadurance, there is a digestive probiotic. It's the same strain as also Bacillus coagulans, but this is the oral one, along with inulin, which is a probiotic. And that is then seen as the digestive probiotic, and then that just works or supports your gut microbiome orally. So yes, lactospore, the spore-forming probiotic. So what is it? As I said, it's Bacillus coagulans. I love this. You can even bake with it if you had to buy some of it. It's shelf-stable to spore. It survives processing, heat, and your stomach acid. So like I say, you can put it into smoothies or into muffins. I've done that before as well. It germinates in your gut. It produces L-lactic acid and the beneficial metabolites. And then the nice thing is, if you look at all the studies that they've done with Bacillus coagulans, there is some showing that there's relief in IBS symptoms, bloating, diarrhea, abdominal pain. I also had a product that I formulated for Dr. Ford. He actually contacted me and he asked me for children with colic. And we looked at all the different options that there were, started off with a certain probiotic, and then later on moved to this formulation. And he was very, very happy with it as well. The reason also being it's very good as an anti-diarrheal. It's got studies showing it's comparable to loperamide, which is Imodium. It also helps for cholesterol, blood sugar management, helps for your immune system. That is one thing. If your gut is happy, your immune system also functions much better. It helps with antibiotic-associated diarrhea, and then your gut flora restoration after antibiotics. And safety is confirmed. It is GRAS status as well, which is really nice. And then also the nice thing about this oral form is you don't have to keep it in the fridge. It's very stable. It's stable at high temperatures as well, which, sometimes there's a great product and a great ingredient, but by the time that you drink it, there's very little left of it because you have no idea where and how it has been stored, especially if it's something that's very sensitive to temperature as well. So yeah, this was just some of the studies, just some of the highlights. 93% for cases of chronic diarrhea improvement in a study that they did there. Also 90 days to significant IBS symptom relief. Even good for people with chronic vaginal issues as well. There is some feminine hygiene products as well that is formulated with the lactosporin as well. That's also a very good ingredient to use for those type of products. And then, as I said, it helps with diarrhea, as you can see. And there again, just it summarizes all the studies, the results in the study, decrease in bloating, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain. So very, very good for your gut all in all. This is just sort of like telling you why it's better to use this Bacillus coagulans than some of the other probiotic strains that you have. It's shelf stable at room temperature, and that it can withstand high temperatures and everything, and you get different strengths, but the thing is that you can use up to 2 billion spores a day, and that's how ours is formulated as well. And it can be in all kinds of dosage forms. It just depends on what your overreach would be. Yeah, the problem with the most probiotics that you have is that they are dead by the time that you get them. It depends on how they have been handled as well, because they are live organisms. Okay, so what does lactosporin do? Why did I choose this to be the base in Vitant as well? So as I said, it's a postbiotic, so it's got anti-acne activity, and I've got a host of formulas that they shared with me in terms of its anti-acne activity. We'll run through one of the studies as well. It's anti-aging. For me, that was a 2-in-1. On the one hand, it helps balance your microbiome. On the other hand, it is fighting aging as well. As you can see there, it stops the breaking down of your collagen, anti-glycation. It supports your barrier because the barrier and your microbiome are interlinked. It stops the overgrowth of harmful organisms, and yeah, it balances your skin microbiome. And then one is the other great thing about it as well. It's actually boosts your UV protection as well. So that's one thing that I don't always claim, but they do have studies showing that it boosts UV protection as well. And it is an antioxidant, so it's against those free radicals. Free radicals are something that you don't want. Whatever they're doing in your body, they're doing on top of your skin as well. And it just ages you as well because of the free radicals. Then lactosporin topical, just some topical data. As you can see, the two reasons, there was the acne clinical trial, there's an anti-aging clinical trial as well. There's actually another brand that only has lactosporin in their range, and they are very much in line with acne, balancing your microbiome. I think they've even got some AI systems as well, where you can scan your skin before you start with the range. And then I think after a month or so, you can scan it again, and then you can actually see the improvement. And I mean, this is now a range without real actives or other actives that do something. This is just balancing your microbiome and the huge effect that that has on the health of your skin, aging, hydration, and all of that as well. Then what is another ingredient that I feel is very important to highlight in terms of your skin barrier? So now we've moved on from the microbiome to the skin barrier, and this is Bovine frutescens. So this is a South African succulent. Not a lot of people know about it. I was introduced to this ingredient by a medical doctor that said to me, please just have a look at this ingredient. Somebody gave him some. He's been using it for his patients in some mixtures for bed sores, and he can't believe the improvement. So yeah, I started having a look at it. Older person that was helping me with my PhD at that stage said to me, oh, he knows, he's done all the development on it. I contacted them, and wow, I was just blown away with the data that they have on it. And usually it's so interesting to look at the traditional uses as well. So this has been used by traditional healers for generations, and especially for burns. It is known for its soothing and its healing properties as well. And what does it do? If you look at the science behind it, it gives you that barrier repair. Your cell-to-cell bonds are much stronger as well. Lipid synthesis. So what does that mean? Your skin is going to feel much stronger and much smoother and softer as well. And then it helps with the hydration and the elasticity with that aquaporin 3, the same as our collage ingredient as well. So skin will be much plumper. You won't be losing so much water. So a great ingredient to have in your range when it comes to strengthening your barrier. Then ingredient number 3, niacinamide. This is more like a commodity, but it's one thing that the other day I also saw an article where somebody said that it's one of the ingredients that are the most versatile when it comes to cosmetics, and with the most data on it as well. I even worked on a product once for preventing sunburn, but an oral one, and it also had the niacinamide in. So it's very, very versatile. The concentrations that they usually recommend is 2 to 5. So again, people, more is not better. If it's 10% or 15% or 20%, that doesn't necessarily mean it's better. If it's tested between 2 to 5%, it's best to keep it within that. But niacinamide is all through the Vitant range as well. It is in the creams. It is also in the serums. It's an even tone as well. So it is because it is so versatile. So what does it do? Firstly, barrier repair. It's one of the strongest ingredients when it comes to barrier repair. It increases the ceramides, fatty acids, cholesterol in your skin level, in your stratum corneum, sebum regulation. So it creates less oiliness for you as well. It's anti-inflammatory. It's always in pigment correcting serums, especially the good ones. You will see that there is niacinamide in. It helps with your NAD levels as well, which helps with DNA repair and cellular energy. And it helps against UV damage, DNA damage and everything as well. So, and the nice thing about this is, so the other day I had a call with the overseas company that's doing all the research with the biotech, and one of the newest ingredients that that I'm working on for the 50 plus has got great synergy with niacinamide. So this is the other thing that is so incredible about niacinamide. So on its own, it's got a host of, or as you can see, 6 different mechanisms, but it always has synergy as well. So if you pair it with some other great ingredient, then 1 and 1 is not 2, it's like 3 or more. It just enhances its effects, which is actually also very nice. So how do I make sure that the microbiome and the skin barrier is balanced in vitamins? So I've got 3 actives and 1 oral probiotic in the range, which I feel is the base before you even get to the actives, because if your microbiome, like you saw now, isn't balanced, whether it's orally, whether it's in your gut or on your skin, you won't be getting the results that you need. So we've got lactosporin, which is your microbiome guardian. So this is throughout the cosmetic range. Then we've got Volbene Phytosins. It's that succulent as well. It's a barrier restorer and a healer as well. Then we've got niacinamide, which is also in the creams. As I said, it's going to keep your water there. It strengthens your barrier, more ceramides, more moisture. And then orally, we've got lactospore, which is classified as a probiotic. And this just balances your gut microbiome and will just keep everything happy so that your gut is happy and that your skin will then also be in much better shape. So this is just the digestive probiotic. I think I've said this before, but it is a great ingredient. It's not so well known, but it's got a lot of patents on it. It is grass, so it's safe. It survives your stomach acid, so you don't have to put it into strange formulations that are acid resistant. It does survive your stomach acid and it gets to your intestines. It's clinically validated as well. As you can see, there's 3 different human clinical trials from IBS to diarrhea as well. And it's a very nice addition to have with the skincare products as well.